Greetings, adventurer, and welcome back. Make sure you check out my foundation scripture first. Ideally, you should also be aware of Hades and Hermes. I can wait for you. Come back when you're ready. The athletic Artemis, the goddess of the hunt, and a true lover of nature. In this game, you can call upon her god ability, called Artemis Haste, to travel great distances on the island, and have a second movement during your turn. She also has the ability to lend her stamina to Hades and Hermes. I've set up some examples for us to see her unique powers in action, and we will switch between players as needed. Avatar, playing as the Wreath of Olympus, will be attacked soon by the Gorgon, and wants to move towards the Cyclops. Although it is possible to use Artemis during the first movement, it is usually wiser to see how far you can go with the standard movement first. Go ahead and roll a standard movement. Oh dear, you rolled a 1. Not great, but it is one step closer to the target. Move to the next space. Since you have Artemis and did not get into combat during the first movement, you were given the option to use Artemis for a second movement. If you do not have Artemis Haste, you will not even be shown this option. You can use the action bar to forego this and end your turn, but for now, go ahead and use Artemis to initiate the second movement and roll. 2 4-sided dice are used to determine the new movement points. Good roll. 6 movement points. Let's see our options. It looks like that roll might have landed you in trouble. Unfortunately, Artemis Haste does not allow you to go anti-clockwise one space, something which is normal with a standard movement roll. It is all about speed and haste with Artemis, but alas, you have no other options. You must use all the movement points, even if that means landing you in the path of a monster or danger. Go ahead and embrace your fate. This position leaves you vulnerable to attack by the Cyclops when they next move. Let's switch players to Hector, playing for the Grapes of Argos. They can use Hades' Passage to safely bypass Gorgon's passive attack, but they will still need to roll a lucky 4 to make the move work. Go ahead and use both Hades and Artemis, and roll. Combining these two gods doubles the number of dice for Hades. You rolled a 6. Let's see how that plays out. Great. You can just get to Cerberus and take them out using Ares' Spear. Go ahead and do so. Without Ares' Spear, the spaces where you can attack other players or monsters are not shown. Great, the Cerberus monster trophy is yours. However, Argus got it too. Let's switch players to Argus, playing for the Temple of Athens. They have noticed that Phoebe, playing as the Ship of Corinth, is close to winning soon, and have even set themselves up to attack the Harpy. However, currently they are defenceless and vulnerable to an attack. Although they are on the other side of the board, they are still reachable. Go ahead and use both Hermes and Artemis and roll. Combining these two gods doubles the number of dice for Hermes. You rolled a 6. Not bad, but let's see if it's enough. Well, look at that. You can engage Phoebe in combat. Since Phoebe was defenceless, you automatically defeat them. Go ahead and take one of their monster trophies for good measure. That action has really set them back from taking the win. Artemis is a complex god, but worth your time to master. If you are lucky enough to have 2 Artemis Haste, you can use it for both the first movement and second movement. That's potentially 16 spaces in a single turn, almost an entire circle of the board. But beware, it can also land you in trouble if your path is blocked and you cannot follow through with Ares' Spear. Combining with Hermes and Hades can be extremely powerful, but can drain your resource pool if the play does not come off. That's all for now. Swift travels, adventurer.